And Bombay Stock Exchange, the oldest stock exchange in Asia, is celebrating 150 years of its storied journey. From trading under a banyan tree to adopting latest tech and innovation to facilitate seamless trading, Stock Exchange has seen many milestones. My colleague Snehi caught up with Bharat Gothoskar, founder and heritage evangelist in chief, Khaki Tours, on a heritage walk to understand history and symbolism of BSE.
Now, while BSE was founded all the way back in 1875, trading in this iconic building behind me started only in 1980, which is a 105-year gap between the founding and the moving of the trading to this building. And the Sensex, which is BSE's index, the Sensex index of 30 stocks, was launched in 1986. But while this might be Bombay's most iconic structure, surprisingly, this is not where the first trading in Bombay began. Let's take you where the roots of trading quite literally began in Bombay. Well, yes, so this is quite literally where the roots of BSE started. And with me is Mr. Bharat, who's joining us from Khaki Tours this morning, an organization that aims to keep the heritage of the city alive. Mr. Bharat, morning, and tell us about the significance about this tree, why are we here today, and how did literally the roots of BSE begin here?
So, this is the center of the colonial town of Bombay when it was a trading post. A small town, just a kilometer long, half a kilometer wide. This is the center of it. And this was known as Bombay Green, an open area where trading would take place. So, things like opium, cotton, various things. And amongst that, a few people about 170 years ago came together and started trading.
Wall Street in the New York Stock Exchange, you may remember its marquee symbol, the bull. And now here we have a similar one at Bombay as well. And here it is. Mr. Bharat, also help us understand why is this bull placed here? What's the significance of the common man as well?
Sure. So this was initiative taken by the Municipal Corporation of Mumbai. And what they essentially did, this is an ode to the entrepreneurial spirit of Mumbai, right? And so they are mimicking what is there in Wall Street. Yeah, out there's a brave girl. As compared to that, it is just a common man. And with the current volatility into the market, yeah, he seems to be quite scared. So this main road is actually called Mumbai Samachar, after the oldest newspaper in Asia, right? And most people think that because the BSE now fronts this street, yeah, that's why it is called. Originally, where Bombay Stock Exchange stands was something which was known as the Nesbitt Estate, and they are a wealthy family, and this was known as the Nesbitt Lane, right? Now, after being traded on streets, finally, in this lane, slightly ahead to your left, is a building called Veena Chambers, which was known as Advocate of India earlier. And this is the location where first time in 1874, a hall was taken on rent. They didn't even own it, yeah. They took it on rent, and that is where trading started, okay. Only a year later did it get formalized as a Native Stockbrokers Association.
But you know, this building was not always like this, yes, right? There's been a gap of 100 years between when the BSE was formally recognized and when trading actually started happening inside this building. So help us understand the expansion of BSE and how in early days trading used to happen via only eye contact and sign language.
Sure. So if you look at this corner plot, originally is where the earlier building, it was an Indo-Saracenic stone building, yeah, which existed here, which was much smaller as compared to what you see here. And at that point of time, what they essentially did was, in the 70s, they realized that they needed more space. So by that time, they had already started acquiring plots around. All of these buildings were then demolished to create an iconic tower, which today we know as the PJ Tower. PJ stands for Firoz Jiji Boy, who was the chairman of BSE at that point of time. And that's why he took the initiative to build an iconic tower. If you look up, you can see a circular dome-like structure, Yeah, that is the ring. So this is where trading, before computerization came in, today everything is done online, but at that point of time, all the brokers who are members of BSE would actually stand in the ring and they would trade with each other with, different symbols to signify I want to buy this and this rate and whatever would be all communicated to symbols, and that's how trading would take place.
And just to wrap it up, 150 years of the BSE and what a place it has been in terms of landmark, in terms of the Lal Street, and it has been shaping Bombay forever.
Totally. I hope they open it someday for common man to enter and get the experience inside.
That would be wonderful, indeed. Thanks, Mr. Bharat, for joining us. Thanks so much.